PrimeTimePat back with another video. And if y'all been seeing the last couple of days, the cast from tonight's conversation, they've been breaking up for whatever reason, but primarily because this guy Ace, that's the head of the group, and if you've seen some of his videos or whatever, it's a lot of pandering to women and stuff like that, which is very dangerous. And I want to tell you, ladies, why it's dangerous. And he's like these other guys, like the other guy, Derek Jackson, and the what's the spiritual Yachty and all that. And y'all got to be careful because at the end of the day, when a man is telling you everything you want to hear, and you're not doing any wrong, and you know for a fact that you are wrong, he's just there to get some cat from you. That's all it is at the end of the day. And especially as a guy gains followers and stuff like that, all he wants is cat at the end of the day. You lady, women, y'all gotta think, man. And it's not all men that is just like him. It's either you're gonna have a future or you're gonna have a guy like this. A future, he's gonna tell you, I'm a dog, I'm gonna do this, and y'all still gonna mess with him because he has money. He's gonna pander to you. He's gonna tell you you're right all the time, and you're gonna drop your drawers because of that. But they don't love you. They don't want to get married to you. It's all to get in between your legs. And why y'all fall for it? Because either y'all have low self esteem, y'all have issues, whatever the case may be. Ladies, a man knows when you have issues or low self esteem or you're going through, and he's gonna feed on that. Especially if you're dealing with somebody that was trash before or whatever, he's gonna and then sometimes you were the issue to make that man act like that, or you guys were 50-50 in the reason why y'all broke up. But guys like this will meet you afterwards and tell you, oh, he was just totally wrong, just to get in your draws. And y'all don't see it. Y'all gotta catch things like this. And this is an old video that he did on Hardly Initiated, where he was talking to this the other guy, Tony Gaskins. And it makes total sense what's going on now by what he was talking about. Because if you watch the show, yes, it's entertaining. Everybody's coming with their issues and topics or whatever. But at the end of the day, is watching their show getting you married at the end of the day? Is it solving your problem to get married? That's all that matters. That's all that guys, when you date to get married eventually. Other than that, you're just messing around. I don't care if you live with the person or whatever. If you guys are not dating to get married, eventually you guys are just messing around and wasting time. If you're just a person that likes to mess around or whatever the case may be, this is the perfect person to give you advice. But other than that, if you're looking for something of substance to get married in the future, you need to stop messing around and ask those serious questions. You'll know very quickly what a person's about. I don't care if it seems sincere or not. You'll see their actions and the way they talk to you. You'll know if they're serious about marrying you or not. Especially ladies. But let's listen to this conversation he had on Hardly Initiated when he did a debate with the guy. And the guy Tony has some good points that you guys got to think about when you guys are watching his show. If you're getting that message.
Society, in the scope of family, what is the purpose of dating? For some people, for a large percentage of the people, the scope of dating, if you're being intentional, is to find a husband or wife. Correct. So, but let me ask you this question, a follow-up question. Is that the reason why everyone dates? Is that
That's the issue. If everybody's not dating to get married, you guys are just messing around. And that's where I took it back. I said you guys got to talk about this early on those dinner dates. See what that person's about. If you're serious, if you guys are just smashing, that's your life. But there's consequences for those actions. It's that simple.
The reason why everybody dates, that's the reason. But what I'm saying is we shouldn't promote what the devil doing. We shouldn't promote what is disadvantageous. So if someone is dating for sex, if someone is dating for fun, us as people with a platform should be promoting what is going to benefit society.
He's totally right. Just because people are doing those other things or whatever, we can't be promoting it. If we're trying to help people or have discussions about getting married or relationships, how to build, we can't be talking about one night stands and hookups and how you could do this and how a woman falls into this. We can't be talking about it. It's that simple. He is right. What he's not getting is, I understand his point where later on he's going to talk about how his show, tonight's conversation, is bringing everybody together with different perspectives or whatever the case may be, which is cool and entertaining cool and entertaining. But at the end of the conversation, am I getting good advice to say to help me to get to marriage? That's his whole point. That's the whole point of Tony's conversation at the end of the day. Because I can't be telling my people and my audience and you guys about dogging females and women get women used to women you can do this and do that to get a man to like you and mess with you, but I'm not telling you anything to get you married. That's the issue. These gurus and stuff are giving you advice to just, especially female gurus are giving you advice to just get money out of men, and but it's nothing to get you married. And then these other guys, they're pandering to women and telling guys, "Oh, do this," and it's nothing to make the woman fall. Well, it's to make the woman fall in love with you, but just for you to have sex with her. That's what the issue is.
Not what is going to confuse society. So Albert Einstein said you cannot solve a problem from the same level it was created. So having people who are dating, talking to people who are dating, someone who's dating can't help someone who's dating because the goal of dating is marriage. So a married person can tell someone who is dating, this is what you need to look out for while you're dating. This is what you need to check off. This is what you need.
Not he could be wrong. He's a little wrong with that, and I say that because a dating person could tell somebody else that's now I can't tell you what it is of marriage because I'm not married. But if a person dealt with a certain amount of men or a certain amount of women, they can tell you red flags and what to look for. Not to get married and sticking to a successful marriage, that's another story. But a person dating can give somebody dating, or somebody that's older or wiser that's been around the block can give advice on dating, or just certain red flags to look for. Because if I've been burnt, of course I can tell my nephew and my cousins and other people, hey, this certain girl does this certain thing, or she's gonna say these certain things to you, this and that. Yeah, I could give advice on that. Marriage, maybe not because I'm not married. I haven't been married. That that's the only thing I disagree with him on. But other than that, he's saying everything right.
When the last time you've been actively dating multiple people? When the last time you've actively been dating? Like not your wife, but you've been in the dating market. This is what you have to understand. No, so it's the question you asked me a very direct question. I gave you an answer. I'm only is answering you. I'm gonna answer. Go ahead. Dating is principle based. It doesn't matter if it's 2023 or 1903. A relationship is based on principles, not the culture, not the trend, not the fad. Love does not change. Love stays the same because God is love and God does not change. Love is not contingent upon strip clubs and pornography and Instagram and social media. So The same way that my wife and I dated is the same way that people who will have a healthy marriage date today. But what you're trying to say is that we should date differently today because it's 2023. And that's not true because
He's totally right. He's totally right. When I a couple of years ago, I dated. I didn't meet my first girl I was in long term relationship. I didn't meet her off Instagram or any social media. The second girl I was in long term relationship, I met her off of social media. But it was the same dynamics. Females want to be taken care of. They want to go out. They want to be loved. They want this. They want that. It's the same thing. It hasn't changed. Just because now we meet girls online or whatever the case may be instead of meeting them out in the street, it has not changed. They're all this. They're still the same. It's still they're still doing the same thing. It has not changed.
a relationship is based on principles. So
Now,
what
is that before you go forward? Let me say this. I want to be very clear here. Specifically, I said people are not monolithic. Right now, you're bringing in God, devil, um, the Bible, and those are your particular principles, and I respect that, brother. I grew.
That's the issue, and that's the problem that he's in right now. He doesn't have principles. If everybody was dating on a biblical principle, the female and the male, and not disguising herself, because what does the devil do? He disguises himself. He doesn't always come in a pitchfork and think he might come as a beautiful soul, but he's a deceiver. He's a deceiver. Men that pander to women, they're deceivers. They let you hear everything you want to hear, and then they screw you over after they get what they want. Other guy that's a big panderer like that, I agree with some of the things he's trying to do for the black community, but Dr. Umar is a big panderer to black women, to black people in general, but to black women specifically. Y'all can't do no wrong, even though y'all do the most work. Y'all do two instances like those girls that try to defame, that try to lie for money, that went viral last year and the year before. Even though they were caught guilty of doing what they were doing, Dr. Umar was still he had the nerve to go and say, well, they're in that state of mind because of black men. Instead of just holding them accountable. Women, watch out for these type of men that pander. They're gonna lead you astray. You're gonna get your heart broken. Be very careful with type of man like that.
Grew up religious too. I respect what you're saying. Dating, the main purpose of dating should be to find a mate. People shouldn't have sex before marriage. From the biblical perspective, I understand your perspective, brother, but I'm not going to dismiss your perspective simply because it doesn't align with mine or this person's or that person. I think the particular problem isn't me saying that your take is wrong. I respect it. I enjoy listening to your content. But to say how things should work for all people and dismiss everyone else that doesn't speak your particular alignment, to me, it's irresponsible. And the reason
It's not irresponsible. There is right and there's wrong, guys. It is that simple. There are there are steps that God asks you to take towards marriage. And everybody that does it the other way around, you're seeing the consequences. STDs, child out of wedlock, single, baby mama, single baby fathers. Because you guys were unequally yoked. That's the issue. He says don't be unequally yoked. That means you guys are both standing 10 toes down on biblical standards. We wouldn't have these issues of divorce and stuff. And for him to say that everybody doesn't live by, that's the issue. Everybody doesn't live by those standards. When you're living by your own standards, these are the issues you have, guys. You can't we can't see our parents and certain people make mistakes, especially ladies. You're getting involved with guys, or now they're getting involved with guys just because they have money or whatever. They end up getting pregnant, and now the guy, he don't want nothing to do with you, this and that. Oh, he was nice in the beginning. He didn't act like this. Ladies, he didn't ask you to marry him. That should have been your first red flag. But y'all, so some of y'all so hot. That should have been your first red flag. Every Hey, we all make mistakes. We all fall a sin. But we see other people's mistakes. We keep doing the same stuff. I've done videos in the past. If y'all check, these females, 8 kids, 4 kids, 6 kids. Come on now. No, at that point, you're just living a promiscuous life, and you can't say, oh, well, he was a sweet in the beginning. 8 guys were sweet in the beginning. Nobody married you. Ladies, watch out for snakes. Let's just do this. Because it seems like I'm watching Instagram. It seems like everybody's a baby mama, nobody's a wife. Make it make sense.
And I say that is because there are all sorts of people doing all sorts of things, loving all sorts of ways. And if you think that your way is the only way that works, brother, I commend you. I'm just saying there are people from all walks of.
It is the only way. When the woman and the man are in agreement in that, it's going to work. Will you guys have hiccups? Will there be arguments? Yes. But you guys both are on the same moral ground. When it's two different people, one thinks this way, one is a cheater, one, yeah, it's not going to work. That's why people are in situations they are. And then you have panderers. You guys, females fall for it. Oh, he's saying everything right, even though I'm trash. I have a trash attitude. I know I ain't no good, but he's still telling me, oh, he's loving me for who I am. No, you need to change. You need to change. Because he know exactly the type of woman he needs to go after that's going to drop their drawers easy and say what they want to say. They, ladies, we know what y'all like to hear. So if you have a big pimple on your face and you look ugly and I'm still telling you look pretty, you're going to say, damn, he dislikes me for who I am. No. I like to bust a nut. Don't let them fool you.
Of life that need to hear other perspectives, either to solidify theirs or make them curious about another way that could work better for them. Brother, the one thing you said that was really interesting to me,
You telling me
is you said what?
you're telling me who you're working for.
And that's why a lot of people look,
But meaning you
when
telling
you say that, when you say that, you go when you and what you're saying.
you're working to provide a platform for all of the voices, for all the different types of people, because people are not a monolith. So the voices that you are giving a platform to have no success if they are not in a healthy relationship.
I just told you that there are people on our panel that are married.
Exactly. That's not what's being posted.
Hey, I got a quick question here, Ace, because just to see if there's even any common ground, do you feel like there are some people who should not be putting out relationship content, do you also feel like there is a group of people who you would deem unqualified to speak on these topics?
Personally,
Yes.
Man, you know, it's real interesting. I'm so busy with my play, brother, that I don't really look across the aisle. There are content creators that I don't particularly vibe with. I don't like their rhetoric. I don't like the way they speak to women in general.
Yeah. Well,
but there are pockets.
I'm not being specific about any one person. I just mean like,
Yeah.
Do you more so? Because obviously Tony pretty much stands on, if you're not married, like you should not necessarily be putting out this work.
I think that's probably to respectfully, man. I think that is
or you just have to frame the conversation. You have to frame the conversation. You have to say, this is not relationship advice. This is my dating experience.
Brother, I don't really think that.
I can respect that. I can respect that, what he just said. I can tell you about my dating experience, but I can't give you relationship advice. Yeah, you can say that. You can say that.
To your point, and to answer the question before, do I feel like there are people that are not qualified to give general advice or relationship advice to a large percentage of the population? Absolutely. I think that there's people that are not qualified to my metrics. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with somebody getting over here and saying, this is why I think this or I think that. But what I am saying is for us to not acknowledge the diversity in people and thought processes and ways in which relationships and love can work for many different people, that to me is hard to wrap my head around. That's the thing that I want to say. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around. It sounds elitist. It sounds like, you know what I'm saying? And then when you said something, Tony, respectfully, when you said you're working for the other side, brother, that's why a lot of people struggle. Because I think you're implying that the other side is the devil, right? Is that what you're implying?
Meaning you're working for the other side of providing confusion. Because if you have 6 voices on a stage and there's 6 different messages, people leave more confused than they came. And if the people who we are seeing by the millions are not saying anything worthwhile, but it's a meaningless back and forth conversation that does not bring a solution, that does not help us build families, that does not help us better raise children, that does not help us.
Right there, he tried to sugarcoat it. I'm gonna make it real simple. He does think he's working for the devil. It's either you're working for God or you're working for the devil. It's either you're giving godly advice or you're giving your own advice. It's that simple. If the advice I'm giving you is not on biblical standing, it's the devil. You can't serve 2 masters. It's that simple. And if the advice you're giving, when it comes to relationship advice, you cannot it has to be from God. I can't be telling you guys hookup culture and you can get this girl this and you can get this money from this man this. That's not from God. It is that simple.
Let's climb the ladder as a people, as a group who are struggling economically, struggling relationally, struggling in every way. When we provide conversations that only bring confusion and don't bring clarity,
it don't seem like
I mean by you working for the side.
It don't seem like it really don't seem like, in my opinion, you actually pay much attention to what we got going on over here, brother. And that's respectfully. I'm respectfully saying that.
I'm not gonna go through the whole video, but yeah, guys. I don't know. There's a lot of videos I'm seeing. This guy, they're saying this guy is pandering. He's up there not treating his castmates right, this and that. But they'll be online talking how women are this, how you're a queen, this and that, just like Derek Jackson. But the whole time he's sleeping behind on his wife's back. You guys, I can say you guys need to watch who you follow and listen to the advice that they give. Does that advice make sense? And does that advice have biblical backing? That's why when I hear or see people's videos on a topic or something like that, I like to get at least 6, 7 other videos that are on that topic and see if everybody's in agreement. So then I can go back and say, see whose weighs the most instead of just hopping on one side. Ladies, be careful with these men that pander to you. Ask yourself, why is this guy so nice? And I know I ain't that person. I ain't that chick. There is a motive behind everything. It's not all the time. Don't get me wrong. Some guys might just be nice and see you for the flaws that you have. But there is a motive behind it. Don't be so fast to fall in love. It's your boy Primetime Pat. Go ahead, guys, leave in a comment. I'm gonna go ahead and check out my other videos. I love y'all. Peace.